everybody, and welcome back to Markers and Monsters. As always, I am your host, Colin, and once again, sorry about the audio quality. I'm recording into the top of the camera here. The mic's on its way, but it's going to be a little bit, so this is right now the workaround. But hey, thanks again for joining me. Today is NosferaTuesday, where I am drawing, of course, Nosferatu, one of the coolest vampires in cinema history. If you guys don't know about Nosferatu, it is a 1922 German silent film, and it is the first adaptation of the novel Dracula, in film at least. F.W. Murnau, the filmmaker, decided, hey, he was going to film Dracula, and contacted Bram Stoker's widow and said, hey, can we do this? And she said, no. So he went ahead and just did it anyway. He changed some things from the novel, like the character's name is Count Orlock rather than Count Dracula. He changed the name from the production from Dracula to Nosferatu, a symphony of horror. And there's a couple other little differences in there as well, here and there. But yeah, for the most part, it is just it's Dracula. This is a great adaptation, actually. It's a cool movie. It's got amazing cinematography. And just thinking of Nosferatu, you can come up with a lot of really terrific shots, like, you know, his shadow climbing up the stairs with those long fingernails, him coming out of the hole on the boat. There's some really great stuff there. It's a cool movie, and we almost never got to see it, as in, after the film was produced, Bram Stoker's widow sued the crap out of Murnau and said, you know, you went ahead and did this anyway, and now I'm suing you. So the courts just said their decision was that all copies of the film be destroyed. Luckily, they all weren't, and yeah, we get to see this movie today if you want. I always watch this around Halloween. It's a great little silent movie, and like I said, it's really cool to kind of throw on, especially in the background as you're doing something else, you know, look at the TV. But for this drawing, I decided to kind of go with exaggerated features rather than like photorealistic, and with Nosferatu, that's pretty easy because in the film, Max Schreck, who portrays Count Orlock, is already pretty exaggerated in the makeup. He's got the like long nose, the piercing gaze in the eyes and the fingernails, and they did a great job with it. He looks horrific, but it's at the same time kind of subtle, so that's really cool. And he's a lot of fun to draw that way, and you can, like I said, exaggerate as much or as little as you like. I kind of went to a mid-ground area with it. It's not too extreme, but at the same time, it's definitely not photorealistic or anything like that. Yeah, let's just add in those crazy bushy eyebrows of his and stuff. Yeah, Nosferatu is, like I said, a pretty neat movie, and one thing that it added to the vampire lore is, I think, popularizing the whole, spoiler alert here, vampire is killed by sunlight. In the original novel of Dracula, Dracula can go out into the sun if he so desires. It just weakens him and his powers, especially that of transformation to turn into like bats or wolves or mist or whatever, are lessened. So he's most vulnerable and he's weakest during the day, but it's not like the sunlight's going to make him poof up into a ball of smoke. No, that was Nosferatu kind of popularized that because, well, that's the ending of the movie. I hate to tell you. But, yeah. He goes up, and the day is saved. So yeah, I think that kind of added that into the whole vampire lore thing, because now anytime you see vampires, if they're not twinkly, they're going up in balls of smoke almost instantaneously. So that's kind of another neat notch for Nosferatu being a cool movie. Yeah, so this was turning out pretty fun and just came together very quick. I went really loose on the inks here, and not very precise or anything. It just kind of added to the cartoonish quality of it, which turned out good. The other thing that I really wanted to get across is that piercing gaze he has. I think that's one of the big features of the character, is just the, you know, those eyes that kind of like stare into your soul. And so yeah, capturing that, I think, really adds to being able to do this, almost like a caricature rather than a cartoon. But let's add some blood in, because hey, vampires and blood, great combo. Two great tastes that taste great together. Alright, let's take a look here at the scan real quick. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I really enjoyed drawing this, and I enjoyed talking about Nosferatu. And up on the screen now is all my links. You can check them out in the description as well. Please drop me a line sometime. We'll chat about horror movies or art or whatever. It's all good with me. All right, guys, this was Colin, and thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for another great episode of Markers and Monsters.